Welcome to your EHC-TV sports interview. I'm Chris Hatcher. If you're listening to this on WEHC, you're in the halftime of an Emory Henry basketball game. We'll get you back to that game in a second, but first, your EHC-TV sports interview. My guest today is Scott Ambrose, the chair of the athletic director search and the faculty athletic representative. Nice to have you on, Scott.
Thank you, Chris.
Now, first, let's talk about how you got in the position of faculty athletic representative.
Okay. This is a position that I believe used to be here a long time ago at Emory Henry and just kind of faded away, I guess. And when Roz Riker came here a few years ago and started attending some of the NCAA meetings, I think it was recognized and it was kind of pushed up through the athletic department that this is a position we needed to revive. So she asked me in February of last year, 2009, if I'd be interested in taking on that role as faculty athletic rep, and it was something that I was definitely interested in, and that's how we kind of got started.
How long is the tenure of this position? How long do you stay in this position, or is it set?
It's a good question. There's no set time for this position. It's highly encouraged through the NCAA that this be a position that hopefully goes on for quite some time so that you can have continuity. It's not sort of like other things we get involved with faculty where you're on committees for a certain length of time and then you cycle off. They wanted a FAR position to be something for several years, hopefully.
Now, specific to the new athletic director search, which is underway, right? When did this search start, and what's your role in the search?
Yeah. Well, as you guys well know, Bob Johnson, who was our athletic director, passed away this fall, unfortunately, for everybody in Emory Henry. And a couple of months had gone by after that. Trey McCall has been serving as the interim athletic director, and around the November time frame, Roz approached me about possibly chairing the search committee for the athletic director position. And of course, I agreed to do that, and so we sort of started to form the committee in the latter part of November and have really been going full-time with it in December and now in January. So.
Have you ever had involvement with athletics before this, before you're, being faculty athletic director, or excuse me, faculty athletic representative, and then now with the search? Yeah.
Well, I have. I played tennis in college at Presbyterian College, which is considered a peer institution for Emory Henry College, and I think that was obviously in Dean Quall's mind and President Riker's mind when they considered asking me to be the faculty athletic rep, and had some interaction with the tennis team here in various groups and have a lot of student athletes in my classes, and certainly feel like I'm an advocate for the importance of athletics at Emory Henry. So I think that was sort of the prelude to coming on board with the faculty athletic rep. And then I think because of that position, Ross thought that it would probably be good for me to go ahead and chair this search committee, which really it's been a very collaborative effort. We've got several folks that are part of that committee. We've got former alumni who were student athletes and well regarded in their sports from many years ago here. We've got a couple of professors, tenure track professors that are a part of the committee, and then we've also have several of the coaches as well. So it's been a process.
Sounds like a hands-on process
yes.
with a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Do you think it gives you an advantage, a leg up in this process, that you've been involved with athletics, that you kind of know the ins and outs of college athletics?
I do. I think it certainly helped, but my role really as the director of the search committee is just to facilitate the process. And I've not been chair of a search committee for an executive before at Emory Henry or any college for that matter. So I was a little bit nervous with that at first, but Roz has been very hands-on in the process. She's done hundreds of these executive searches, so we were kind of going through her methodology of it, plus the fact that I have such varied expertise among the committee members and among the folks that are coming in to see the candidates. It's really just been a collaborative effort kind of from start to finish at this point.
So you mentioned you started in November. How far along in this process are we, and then what are some of the things that you're looking for out of potential prospective athletic directors? Yeah,
right now it's moved along at a very brisk pace. It was a little bit of a hiccup because we had the winter break and having to kind of plan around that. We are in the final stages. We have 4 candidates that we have invited to come on campus. We have our third of those 4 candidates on campus today. We'll have the fourth and final candidate at the end of this week. We'll probably get together as a committee around first few days of February, and I anticipate a decision made by Roz in the early part of February, probably the latest being mid-February.
Now, you mentioned the coaches have a say in this a little bit since they're being in this committee, but has there been any kind of special requests a coach has made, like said, I want, if we could get it possibly, an athletic director to help us improve this facility or improve this budget or something like that? Have there been any requests like that?
Yeah, when we sat down as a committee and when Roz developed the job description to show you the serious nature of this position to her and how important it was, we actually did hire a consulting company that specializes in doing nothing but searches for athletic directors, Alden Associates from up in Massachusetts. And the reason being is when you're going to do an athletic director search, you really need to have folks on the inside who know how to recruit the proper candidates. They're going to be of the caliber that you'd want to hire as your AD, and that's very hard to do with just a routine job posting. So we went together and kind of listed out that job description and a couple of the characteristics that everybody was in agreement that this is what we need for an Emory Henry director of athletics. Is going to be one, an extensive administrative experience. So we're looking for candidates that are presently athletic directors at their institutions, of which a few of our candidates are, or they've been associate athletic directors at their institutions. So they've had significant administrative ability, shown that they know how to handle processes, large-scale budgets, those types of things. Another attribute that we're looking for, some athletic directors had some coaching experience. Mm-hmm. And our candidates have had some coaching experience in various sports, so we kind of feel like that grounds them in the actual athlete experience.
And do you think that helps them to kind of relate to the player and have that kind of expertise as well as coaches?
Definitely. It allows them to really fully understand what the student-athlete experience is from a coach's perspective, and many of them have played athletics as they were undergraduates. So that's one aspect we were definitely looking for. Another one is we were really looking for somebody who understands the D3 mission. That's been important to us, that these are students and students first, and we're looking for a director who understands the complementary role that athletics can play with that student-athlete experience.
Well, it certainly sounds interesting, and I wish you luck on your search. Hopefully you find the right candidate, which I'm sure you will.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on the show, Scott, and hope to have you back soon.
Thank you very much.
Well, now it's time for this week's rant. Stay tuned. Here's Darren Vaught.